Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch of Nordic live commentary stream. We are back yet again here on this fine Friday night, commentating Game 2 of Round 2 between the Buffalo Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens. Excuse me. How's everyone doing? Good to see you all here in the wonderful chat. We got John DeBath here, David's here, Aiden's here, Todd's here. What's up, everyone? Good to see you all pouring in as we get ready for game number 2 of this 7-game series. And it should be a fun one. Looking back at the first game of this series, the Buffalo Sabres defeated the Montreal Canadiens 4-2 in the opening game, and they now have a 1-0 series lead. What's notable about this is that Montreal has not yet lost back-to-back playoff games in the playoffs this year. So that's why some people are leaning in the direction of Montreal here for this first game, but obviously we'll find out. How was the game? It was fun. It was a pretty good atmosphere until they started losing. Things kind of got out of hand with the referees and such, and controversial calls, and they ended up losing the hockey game, obviously going down 3-0. But I came into the game expecting that, but I really enjoyed the atmosphere. When Trevor Zegras tied the game, like, my ears were like ringing. Like, that was how loud it was in that building. I've never had that feeling before. So it was pretty awesome, and it's something that I'm very thankful to have gone to and been a part of, even though we obviously lost the game. Still happy with it. Starting goaltenders here tonight in this contest, it is going to be the same two as it was. It'll be Alex Lyon versus Jakub Dobeš. There is no change in net for either side, which should not be a really big surprise there whatsoever. There was some expectation. I saw some people saying that maybe Jacob Fowler gets the start in game 2, and I was like, no, there's no way. Dobeš was not the issue in game 2, but it does really feel like a must-win here for Montreal. All you got to do is win at least one on the road and head back home with a 1-1 series. I think that's what Montreal is obviously trying to do here. But yeah, drop your predictions in the comment section down below. Who is winning this game? Drop your picks in the comments. Who do you think is going to take home game 2? Will it be Montreal? Will it be Buffalo? Let me know down below. We'll also be live later on tonight, too, for game 3 of round 2 between the Anaheim Ducks and the Vegas Golden Knights. So stay tuned for that. That is coming up here later on the channel as well. That'll be after this game concludes, regardless of when it concludes. So there you go. Hey, John with the $5 dono, getting us started here early with the donos. Thank you, John, for your $5 donation. I appreciate it, brother. Hope you're doing well today, man. Let's go Sabres. Think the Habs are going to win. Ooh, okay. So we got a little bit of a split crowd here today. Interesting. All right, National Anthem's almost done here, and we are ready to get started. We will not be live for Game 3 of this series. I'll let you guys know about our commentary schedule tomorrow. There is a chance that I may not be live at all. There may be a chance that I'm live for the later game. So I'll let you guys know on that, but I'm not exactly sure as of now. I may not know till later tomorrow, so I will let you guys know. But yeah, we won't be live for Game 3 of this series. It's on Mother's Day. We'll be live for the later game, though, of Ducks and Golden Knights, Game 4, so yeah. Alrighty, the National Anthems have concluded here in Buffalo, and we are ready for Game 2 of Round 2. And look who it is, Ryan Miller, the goalie with the most goalie wins in Buffalo Sabres history, banging the drum here for the Sabres to open up Game 2 of this second round series. What's up, Bob? How we doing? Thank you all so much for tuning into this wonderful commentary stream. Hit that subscribe button down below if you are new, and we are ready to get started here. Starting goaltenders on both sides are the same as they've been. It's Jakub Dobeš against Alex Lyon. Lyon continues his success in game number 1. Dobeš had a pretty rough game, but it wasn't fully on him. It was definitely on a little bit of the defense that played poorly there for sure. Hopefully he will bounce back here in terms of his overall numbers in game number 2. Here from Buffalo, this place was rocking on Wednesday night. And I'm expecting nothing less here in game number 2. It'll be Norris versus Suzuki on the draw. Game 2 of round 2. And we are underway. Montreal will dump it down low into the Buffalo zone. Samuelsson battling forward alongside Caulfield. Josh Dohm will clear this one back to center. Now Benson fighting forward on the right side with Carrier. Buffalo trying to steal it back. Dohm on the right side then for Caulfield. Slavkovsky battling forward then on the right side. Sabres trying to clear it down the center. Grabbed back then by Carrier, who will break it into the Buffalo zone. He'll dump it down low behind the Sabres net. Norris battling forward alongside Dahlin. Samuelsson is there in the corner as well. It's a 6-man battle for it down low behind the Buffalo net. Now Dahlin trying to get that one free. Norris battling forward alongside Caulfield. Josh Norris down low will give it up then for Samuelsson, who will bank it off the boards. Carrier keeps it in the zone. Samuelsson back down low then for Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin will hold it here and now in the Buffalo end as time ticks down. Dahlin will give it up then for Thompson. This line here for Buffalo has been one of their most dangerous lines in these playoffs. Peyton Krebs battling forward down low in the corner. Lane Hudson takes it back then for Montreal, trying to dump it off the boards. Power keeps it in for Buffalo. Here's Tuck. Off the boards then for Thompson. Tage Thompson on the right side. Will dump it around behind the net then. Up top for Owen Power. Power clears it off the boards. Thompson, huge hit there on Lane Hudson. But Montreal will force it back to center. Anyhow, it's Krebs. Turnover forced there. Evans down low to the corner then for Newhook. Up top then for Evans. At the point, Hudson. Pass over. Gooley, a shot. He scores! Caden Gooley. And I think it might have been Alex Newhook who got the redirection in front. And the Canadiens have opened up the scoring early. It's 1-0. Yeah, I believe it was Alex Newhook who got that redirection. I didn't see the redirection. What the hell? I believe it was Newhook who got that one in front. And it is now a 1-0 lead here for Montreal. Not even 2 minutes into this first period. Take a look at the replay here. It was the Gooley shot deflected by Lyon and into the back of the net. Yeah, it did look like it was deflected a bit. And it sneaks past Lyon there on the first shot of the game for Montreal. It's Newhook's second goal of the playoffs, assisted by Caden Gooley, and I believe Hudson will get the secondary. It is a 1-0 lead for Montreal. What's up, Jane? How we doing? Sabres are coming back down low into the Montreal zone, trying to pressure that puck. It's Quinn battling forward here now in the corner. Montreal gets it back. It's Mike Matheson who will bank it off the boards to center. McLeod back then for the Sabres. McLeod cross-ice pass broken up then by Matheson. On the right side, Montreal gets it back to center. Into the zone now, Deneau. Back over then for Anderson, who dumps it down low. Deneau battling forward on the right side then. Logan Stanley will pick it up. Backhanded off the boards. And trying to get that one free on the right side. Here's Stanley. Giving it back then for Connor Timmins in the Buffalo zone. Timmins. Pass to center. Kozak will backhand it down low into the Montreal zone. Dobas trying to clear that one off the boards. Jackeye on the right side plays a puck to center. Boldu ahead then for Veleno. Joe Veleno will take it down low into the corner, getting it back on the right side. Boldu up top. Here's Jackeye. Waits. Shoots it. And that one's blocked there through the traffic in front. Dahlin battling forward on the right side then with Boldu. Grabbed by Kozak. And Buffalo will dump this one to center. Sabres opened up the scoring in game 1 of this series. And Montreal hopefully trying to defer that by opening up the scoring here in game 2. Here's Veleno. Backhanding it down low into the Buffalo zone. Byram gets it back. He'll feed a soft pass then for Benson. Zach Benson, who had a multi-point game in game 1. Up top then. Donut shot, save rebounds there. And cleared away. Great opportunity for Norris, but he could not get it on. Yes, sir, Hugh. Here's Benson getting around Caulfield. Zach Benson into the zone. Fires it. And that one goes wide there of Dobish. Power up top. Shut on goes wide of Dobish as well. And the Canadiens will end up getting it back to center. Suzuki breaking it out then for Hudson. Lane Hudson fires one on. Saved there by Lan on the right side. Grabbed back by Caulfield. Cole Caulfield up top then for Dobson. Dobson to Hudson. Pass over to Caulfield. Caulfield holds that puck. He's knocked off it by Doan on the right side. This line of Norris, Benson, and Doan was very effective in game 1. Here's Caulfield trying to put it through his legs. And broken up there by Josh Doan, who will carry it to center. Broken up again by Montreal. Caulfield backhand. Saved by Lyon as he got that one in the chest. Montreal off to a hot start here. Shots are 3-2 in favor of the Canadiens. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. Apologies for not being live last night. I was at the game myself, so I was unable to live stream it. I do apologize for that. Frustrating game, but it is what it is for my Flyers. But I knew that coming in. I was like, it's hard to be mad when I expected them to lose. Shots are even here at 3 apiece in this opening period. 15:41 to go. Face-off outside of the Buffalo zone. One back by Montreal. Matheson fires one. It's gloved by Lyon through all of the traffic in front. And we get another stoppage. In case you're just now joining us, it was Alex Newhook with his second of the postseason from Caden Gooley and Lane Hudson. Yeah, it does suck, but it is what it is. I had those crab fries, Todd. I saw your comment, and I'm like, you know what? I got to have some crab fries. So I did munch on some crab fries. Face off in the Sabres end. It's one back by Matheson. Matheson fires it, and that one goes in. Mike Matheson from up top. And Montreal has a 2-0 lead. Not even 5 minutes in. There's some red in that blue sea. It's Mike Matheson from up top. And suddenly, don't look now, it's 2-0 Canadiens. Oh, boy. Oh, Lyon probably should have had that. Oh, I think he should have had that. Oh, that's not good. 2 goals on 5 shots for Montreal. It's a 2-0 lead for the Canadiens. Face-off will be Kozak versus Evans. Tie up at center ice. It's taken back then by Carrier. Carrier over then for Matheson, who will bank it off the boards and back into the Buffalo zone. Samuelson off the boards then. Greenway dumps it to center. Racing forward with speed then is Kozak. Tyson Kozak will dump it down low behind the net. Then Evans gets it back for Montreal. Evans. Drop back then for Gooley. Assist on that Matheson goal comes from Philip Deneau. Gooley off the boards to Jackeye. Jackeye will dump it down low into the Buffalo zone. Power battling for it alongside Evans. Owen Power back to Samuelson. Samuelson dumping it off the boards. Gooley gets it back then for Montreal. Broken up by the Sabres. Here's Tage Thompson. Thompson carries it now through center. Thompson into the zone. Back to Power. Power up top for Krebs. Cross ice pass to Byram. Bowen Byram a shot. And that one goes wide. Thompson battling for it on the right side then. And off the boards, Veleno down low for Matheson. Matheson in the corner. Back over to Kirby Dach, who will bank it off the boards. The puck goes out of play. 2 goals in just under 3 minutes for the Canadiens, and they have themselves a 1-0 lead a little bit under 6 minutes in to the opening period. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button down below. We are about 25 subs away from 6,700. Hoping to hit that here tonight. Mike Matheson's second career postseason goal. As a Canes fan, need the Sabres to win the series? I don't know. I think either one would be a tough opponent, but Buffalo does look like on another level right now, but Montreal seems like they're handling pretty well here so far. Face-off won by the Canadiens. Carrier off the boards to Hudson. Puck is cleared back into the Buffalo zone. It's Norris battling for it alongside Suzuki. Down low in the corner, Slavkovsky. Norris on the right side then for Caulfield. Cole Caulfield trying to clear that one away. Sabres will take it back. Benson will throw it to center. Don't try to get it around Suzuki. It's grabbed back then by Montreal on their own end. Hudson in the half zone. Lane Hudson, pass back, broken up then. Norris will bring it in. Josh Norris will dump it down low then behind the net to Benson. Benson battling for it with Hudson. Down low in the corner with it is Norris. Up top, Samuelson. Up top, Dahlina shot. That one goes wide there of Dobish. Pass in front. Nobody is there for Montreal. And Dobish will play it to center. Here's Suzuki on a breakaway. Comes in. Denied by Lyon. What the heck happened there? All of a sudden, Nick Suzuki's on a 1-0 breakaway, but Lyon makes the save. But not before it's a 2-0 lead for Montreal. Here about 6.5 minutes into this first period. Anybody think Montreal would have a start like this? Seems like they're handling themselves pretty well here so far. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button down below if you are new. Yeah, game one for these two teams, it was definitely a battle for sure. The Sabres, I believe, had 4 goals on 18 shots. And Montreal unable to bounce back in that game. They get the win, but they're off to a pretty good start here so far. A 2-0 lead does bode pretty well. And again, it's from the unlikely heroes. And those are the kind of guys you want to have scoring in playoff runs like this. Go Sabres. Yeah, I'll have to see if Buffalo can get it done. We shall see. We'll be live later on tonight for the Anaheim Ducks and the Vegas Golden Knights. Round 2, Game 3. That is the later game up on the commentary schedule, so stay tuned for that. I'm not sure about my availability tomorrow. It depends on something happening later on in the day. If we are live tomorrow, it will be for the later game. It'll be for Avalanche Wild. We may not be live for Game 4 of Flyers Canes. So just so you guys know. Already off to a good start here. Lane Hudson off to a good start as well. He had a pretty rough game in Game 1. Just had some unlucky plays, poor defensive breaks, and it resulted in a couple of Sabres goals that he gave up. Wasn't all his fault, though. What's up, Douglas? Game was okay. It was all right. Yes, the match has started, Spider Zach. Face-off in the Buffalo end. It's Thompson versus Veleno. Face-off one back by Montreal. Sabres take it back. Here's Tuck with speed into the zone. Shoots it. He fanned on the puck and knocked off it by Jack-Eye battling for it in the corner. Cleared off the boards then for Veleno. Veleno fighting with Thompson. Grabbed back then by Gooley, who will dump it around behind the net then for Newhook. Jack-Eye trying to play it to center. Boldu broken up by Buffalo. Into the zone. Sabres will clear it in there on Dobish. He'll play it out of his net. Jack-Eye off the boards. On the right side, Tuck battling for it. He'll get that puck. Fighting alongside Kirby Dach. Gooley on the right side for Montreal. Will dump this one back down the other way. This should not be an icing. Lyon out of his net to play that puck. Timmins off the boards then to center. Matheson gets it back then for Montreal. Cross ice pass broken up. Tripped is Zucker. And that will be a penalty. Jason Zucker was tripped at 12:26. And the first power play of the game will go to Buffalo. It's on Alex Carrier, and there's not really any arguing to that. That is definitely a penalty. It is on Carrier. And we'll see the Sabres power play back in action. They only scored 1 goal in the first round series against the Bruins. In Game 1, they had 2. So we'll see what kind of power play we get here with the Sabres, but it was cooking on Wednesday night. We'll see if it is tonight. Up to an 11%. Face off here in the Montreal zone. One back then by the Canadiens. Here's Newhook. Clears it all the way back into the Buffalo zone. Grab back by Byram. Here's Bowen Byram. For Buffalo, cross ice pass to Quinn. Quinn will drop it back then for McLeod. McLeod carries it through center. Getting around Matheson. Battling for it on the right side, then Doan trying to get it free. Here's Matheson getting it back then for the Habs. He will gain the red line, fires it in on Lyon, and he'll make the save. Byram in the Buffalo zone. Bowen Byram will drop it back then for McLeod. Here's McLeod into the zone for Benson. Try to deke around on the right side. Here's Doan. Waits. Fires it. Gloved by Dobish. Nah, Toby. It's not. It's actually not the girlfriend. It's something with. It's family, but it's not the girlfriend. But I might be live. We'll see. Shot 6-4 now. Good chance there by Doan. And yeah, Doan with a multi-point game on Wednesday night's game 1. We'll see if he's able to convert here again. I'm not surprised with Montreal bouncing back here a little bit. I figured that they would bounce back here in this second game, go off to an early lead, and start cooking things up. A little over halfway to go on the power play. Face-off won by Buffalo. Here's Rasmus Dahlin up top. Dahlin down low then for Norris. Pass over in front. And a chance there for Zucker. Goes high and wide. Back up top then for Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin cycles it on the right circle. Pass over. And a big chance by Tuck. Goes out of play. I'm not even sure. It looks like it did get on. Yeah, a couple good chances there. Tuck was open. Zucker was open in front. But unable to get those passes through. Montreal getting their sticks in front, and that was what was lacking in game 1. They allowed Buffalo to get a couple power play goals early, and the game was just over. Shots are 6-5. Face-off in the Montreal zone. Hudson clears it off the boards. Matheson will bank it all the way back into the Sabres' end. Rasmus Dahlin gets it back then for Buffalo. Dahlin moves it through center. He'll drop it back for Norris. Norris, pass over to Tuck. Broken up by Montreal. They will dump it down the other way. Alex Lyon gives it up then behind the net for Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin will carry this one through center. Pass to Zucker. Up top is Thompson. Cross-ice pass to Tuck. A shot. Saved by Dobish. As Tuck had a lot of room on that chance, but fired right into the chest. Yeah, Sabres starting to rack up some chances here, which is good to see. Yeah, nice save there by Dobish, right in the chest. Had a rough game in game 1. Just was unable to recover on some of the defensive breakdowns. Really wasn't his fault. I would say only one of the 4 goals was on Dobish in game 1, in my opinion. 8 seconds of power play time here for the Sabres. Still 10:34 to go in the first. Face-off won by Montreal. Gooley off the boards then to Deneau. Philip Deneau will backhand this one out of play at 10:27. Deflected though, so no penalty. '26 Norris Trophy finalist Rasmus Dahlin was named one of those. Had a phenomenal 25-26 season with the Sabres taking the step they did. Face-off won by Montreal. Power play is over. It'll set a 3-on-3 the other way. Montreal will dump it down low into the Sabres' end. And Sabres will get it back. Here they come through center. Greenway up top then for Quinn. Quinn broken up by Montreal. Here's Slavkovsky, who will dump it down low into the Sabres' end. Power battling for it on the right side. Then with Byron. Slavkovsky in front. A big chance there by Suzuki is broken up by the Sabres. They will dump it to center. Yeah, I do have a couple clips that I'll be posting tomorrow, Douglas. Here's Suzuki on the right side. Forced back by Doan. Josh Doan down the right side. Will take it around behind the net. Pass in front. Nobody is able to complete it. Benson will bank it off the boards down low now. Jack-Eye battling for on the right side. Cleared off the boards, trying to force that one to center. Benson, pass in front. It's right there for, I believe, Quinn, but he cannot convert. Suzuki off the boards then for Jack-Eye. Arbor Jack-Eye down low then for Suzuki, who will play it below the line. Hudson in the Montreal zone. 9:10 to go here in the opening period. It's a 2-0 lead for Montreal. Lane Hudson over then for Newhook, who will backhand it to center. Dahlin for Krebs, who will deke it down low into the Montreal zone. Evans battling forward with Samuelson. Matthias Samuelson below the line. Pass in front, broken up there by Montreal. Newhook off the boards, kept in by Buffalo. Dahlin at the point for the Sabres. Right side then, Tuck to Samuelson. Samuelson shoots it, and that was done by Dobish. Puck slides down low in the corner. Samuelson gets it back. Point then for Tuck. Tuck on the right side for Krebs. Krebs to Thompson. Fumbled it, and Montreal takes it the other way. It's a 2-on-1. Evans with Hudson. Evans to Hudson. He fumbled the pass. Down low in the corner, Thompson gets it back for the Sabres. A penalty coming up. It's against Buffalo. And a massive brawl here on ensues down low in the corner. Referees trying to break it up. And unless there's any penalties assessed on this, I think it's going to be a Montreal power play, which is a big opportunity for the Habs to expand their lead. All right. We will step aside for a brief moment. 8:13 to go. It's a beautiful day in Buffalo. And it's a 2-0 lead for Montreal. Montreal can beat this team. Yeah, for sure. They just got to stick with them. Sabres are big-sized and fast. Got to take advantage of your opportunities for sure. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button down below if you're new. We are less than 25 subs away from 6,700. Don't forget, later on tonight, Ducks and Golden Knights, round 2, game 3 from Anaheim is our next commentary up on the schedule. Looking forward to it. Oh, Friday night, anybody got plans for the weekend? As I said, we will be live on Sunday. I'm not sure about Saturday, though. I'm not sure about tomorrow yet. I might not know till later. Yeah, so it does look like, I don't want to jinx it, but it does look like a Montreal power play coming up. Let me put it on the stat sheet there. There we go. Montreal did have a power play goal in the opening game of the series, if I remember correctly. Montreal, first time scoring multiple goals in the first 5 minutes of a playoff game since 2011. So it's been nearly 20 years since they've done this. But obviously, missing the playoffs for a handful of those years in between will prevent numbers like that from repeating itself. Montreal power play shots are 7-6 in favor of the Sabres. It's Dahlin for interference. Face-off coming up in the Sabres. Then it's McLeod versus Suzuki. Referee will take a minute here to initiate the draw. All right. Here we go. Face-off is won back by Montreal. Up top is Hudson. Hudson back to Demidov. Down low then is Suzuki. Hudson at the point. Lane Hudson back to Suzuki. Suzuki down low then for Demidov. Ivan Demidov for Suzuki. Down low, Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky to Suzuki. On the right side, Nick Suzuki trying to cycle that puck. Sabres nearly forced to the center, and they will do so. Oh, kept in by Montreal. Here's Caulfield, a shot gloved by Lyon on the right side. They almost got it out, but Montreal just barely kept it in, and they generated a scoring chance. Good save there by Lyon. Face-off coming up again in the Sabres zone. Cole Caulfield only 1 goal in these playoffs. Definitely been a bit of a underwhelming playoffs for Caulfield. You certainly want to see more goals out of him. Maybe we'll see it here tonight. Knowing my luck, he's going to score right here. Face-off here in the Buffalo zone. One back by the Sabres. Greenway will dump it all the way in on Dobish. Dobish will play it up then for Hudson. Lane Hudson. Already an assist here tonight. He'll move it through center. Pass over then for Caulfield. Drops it back for Suzuki. Suzuki to Demidov. Demidov to Hudson. Hudson to Caulfield. Cole Caulfield up top then for Lane Hudson. Hudson to Caulfield. Down low then Suzuki. Suzuki way to the blue line. Up top now, it's broken up by Montreal. Hudson, right side to Demidov. Demidov fires it down low. It's back over them for Slavkovsky. Montreal cycles up top. Hudson a shot. And that one is gloved by Lyon as well. Some big saves here by Lyon on this power play. He's shutting them down. Despite allowing 2. I think he could have had the second one. The first one, I don't put on him. Redirection, hard to read a redirection. Face off again here now in the Montreal zone. It'll be Newhook versus Kozak. Face off is a tie up on the right side. Texier up top then for Dobson. Dobson to Boldu, a shot saved by Lyon on the right side. Kozak battling for it in the corner. 35 seconds to go on the power play. Benson will steal it back. Shorthanded break the other way. Benson gains the line. Fires one on. It goes wide there of Dobish. Here's Doc. Trying to throw one ahead then to center. Pass up top then for Newhook. Alex Newhook breaks it in. Gets around the D. Poke checked away by Timmins at the last second. Texier up top. Battling for it alongside Kozak. 10 seconds to go on the power play. At the point then, Dobson. Dobson to Texier. Texier to Dobson. A shot. Save there. Puck is cleared up top. Dobson to Texier. Alex Texier down low. Pass in front. And right there for Boldu. Here's Texier. Up top to Dobson. Dobson. Pass down low then for Boldu. Boldu to Matheson as the play is forced back to center. That'll do it for the power play. Montreal will regroup now in their own end. It's Matheson. Mike Matheson looking for options. Carrier will gain the line and dump it down low into the Buffalo zone. Deneau. Behind the net then for Anderson. Josh Anderson battling for it alongside Power. Anderson behind the net. Regroups up top. Shot from Carrier goes wide there of Lyon on the right side. Tuck tries to clear. Grab back by Veleno. Veleno pass in front. And Anderson was right there, but he could not convert. Just over 5 minutes to go here in this opening period. Montreal cycling. Matheson shoots it. And that one is blocked. In the corner, Power battling for it alongside Deneau. Veleno fighting forward here on the right side, trying to get it free. It's a 5-man battle for it down low. 2-0 lead for Montreal. Byram broken up. Deneau in the corner. Pass up top then. Broken up by Krebs. And the Sabres will force it through center. Cleared back down low then into the Montreal zone. Mike Matheson takes it behind the Montreal net. Matheson ahead to Caulfield. Grab back on the right side by McLeod into the Montreal end. Cross-ice pass to Slavkovsky, who will poke check it down low into the Buffalo zone. Stanley clearing it off the boards to center. Habs get it back. Hudson will bank it off the boards and back into the Sabres end. Ryan McLeod trying to clear it to center. Suzuki to Gooley. On the right side, Hudson cross-ice pass to Suzuki. Suzuki into the zone. Pass over, and Slavkovsky was right there and cleared away by Lyon. Slavkovsky pass in front and broken up as well. Montreal cycling. Gooley shoots it, And it's down low then for Suzuki. Suzuki on the right side. Up top. Trying to clear that one to center. And a good play there by McLeod. 3-on-2. McLeod to Quinn. Quinn shoots it. And it goes just wide there of Dobish. Samuelson dumps it off the boards then behind the net. Dropped off down low for Hudson. Lane Hudson will hold it here now in the Montreal zone. Hudson ahead then for Demidov. Demidov through center. Flicks it down low into the Buffalo zone. Samuelson behind the net then for the Sabres. Off the boards then for Doan. It's a 3-on-2. Doan. And he's offsides. Late reaction there. Some boos from the ref or from the fans. And with that, I believe we will step aside. 3:11 to go in the opening period. It is 2-0 Montreal. Goals scored by Newhook and Matheson. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button down below. We are just over 20 subs away from 6,700. It would be greatly appreciated. I don't really watch UFC, Todd. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I'll tune in, but I'm not a big UFC guy. Hit that like button down below as well. 33 likes. Great crowd tonight. Yes, sir. 100 people. Feeling good about that. Appreciate all the regulars who keep on tuning in. I know that we have missed a couple of days here and there with, schedule winding down and stuff. Once we get to the conference finals, we'll be live for most of the games. Only going to be a handful that I miss. Shots are 10-7 in favor of Montreal. They have the 2-0 lead. We'll see if they can tie up this series. What's interesting about this series in Philadelphia, Carolina, obviously the winner of those two series will face off. But Philadelphia, Carolina could end tomorrow. And if Philadelphia, Carolina ends tomorrow, the Hurricanes may not play for at least a week. And I know that's how it was when they were facing off against Pittsburgh, but could be a while, even longer than how much they waited for Philadelphia. Here's Power on the right side, trying to backhand that one off the boards to the center. Evans will clear it down low into the Sabres' end. Power on the right side. Owen Power will move this one ahead. Here's Greenway battling forward with Jackeye. Greenway trying to get it free. Arbor Jackeye on the right side will backhand this one all the way back down into the Buffalo zone for an icing. Jackeye getting into it with Greenway. What's up, Sebastian? How we doing? Yeah, thank you, Barry. It is a little bit, it does suck because obviously, I want to stream, but I'm not sure of the number on cable. I'm watching on HBO Max. Face off in the Montreal zone, won by the Sabres. It's forced back to center. About 2 minutes to go in this opening period. Broken up then by Montreal. Anderson will dump it into the Sabres' end. Texier on the right side, up top then. Carrier a shot, it's blocked. Montreal regains control. Denote a chance. Tipped just wide by Anderson. Texier battling forward with Samuelson. Grabbed back by Krebs, who will dump it off the boards and back into the Montreal zone. Suzuki battling for on the right side. Tuck intercepted there. And here come the Habs again. Texier to Anderson. And they're offsides. So it don't even matter. Don't forget, later on tonight, we're going to be live for Ducks and Knights Round 2, Game 3. That is the later game here on the commentary schedule. No problem, Doug. Thank you. Yeah, tension's definitely buzzing here. I think we could see some fights. Greenway initiating with Jack-Eye and Texier. Face-off outside of the Buffalo zone. It's won back by the Sabres. Timmins chipped off the boards and back into the Montreal end. Carrier to Matheson. Ahead then for Veleno. Veleno to center. Stanley on the right side then for McLeod. McLeod. Down low then for Timmins. Connor Timmins. Ahead then for McLeod. Approaching the final minute of play in this opening period. Shot on there by Stanley. It's blocked. Up top, Timmins. And he shoots it out of play. So there's that. Yeah, they're still getting into it. Tension seemed to be boiling here a little bit. Between whistles, they're exchanging words. And I don't think they're kind words. .109 to go in the opening period. Face-off in the Montreal end. Suzuki versus Norris. Face-off is won back by Montreal. Hudson clears it off the boards. All the way back into the Buffalo zone. Byram battling for with Slavkovsky. In the final minute. Thrown to center. Norris takes it back there for the Sabres. Norris poke checked away. Dobson off the boards. Norris will fire one on. It's blocked. Caulfield ahead then for Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky will flip the puck over then for Suzuki. Suzuki for Slavkovsky. Benson battling for it on the right side. Caulfield chips it off the boards. 40 seconds to go in the first period. Slavkovsky fighting with Benson. Slavkovsky will try and backhand it down low. Doan trying to backhand that one to center. Time winding down, less than 30 to go. Buffalo takes it through center. Doan gets around the D. Fighting for it in the corner then with Dobson. Up top, Slavkovsky. Right side then for Caulfield, who banks it off the boards. And back into the Buffalo zone. 10 seconds to go. A penalty coming up. It's against the Sabres with 10 seconds remaining in the period. Hey, John, thank you for the $5 donation. Thank you so much, John. Yeah, man. $1,200 over the entire season. You guys are incredible. Thank you all so much for your continued support on the donations. It's greatly appreciated. Montreal power play coming up. The donations are never expected, but they are always greatly appreciated. The money always usually goes to paying off channel subscriptions. And buy hockey cards to unbox here on the streams. Second power play of the period for Montreal. It will carry over into the second unless they score in this brief moment. Here's Hudson. Over then for Demidov. The Caulfield a shot. Save rebounds in front. 2 seconds to go. The referee blew the whistle. And the puck wasn't even covered, and they blew it. Huh. What's up, Rex? Vamos, Montreal. .2 seconds on the clock. Referee blew that whistle a little bit too early, I guess. I mean, Sabres would have cleared it regardless. Face-off in the Buffalo zone. 2.2 seconds left. Face-off is won by Montreal. Hudson, a shot off the draw. Saved by Lyon. That will do it, though, for period number 1. Montreal opened up the scoring in the first 5 minutes of the hockey game. It was Newhook and Matheson making it a 2-0 lead for the Habs after 20 minutes of play. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for period number 2 momentarily. This is the countdown till the second. And as always, thank you all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We are a little bit under 20 subs away from 6,700. Oh, you're at the game, Rex? Nice. Enjoy, brother. We'll be live for it, so maybe we'll see you in the crowd. Yeah, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Are the Phillies winning? Nope. 6-0. Wonderful. Good start by the Habs. I agree. Pretty good start by Montreal. This game is really getting, like, the tensions are really boiling, for sure. All right, update the all-time stat sheet. Alex Newhook. Don't think game's over. Who knows? Oh, yeah. I agree. Buffalo can definitely come back from a 2-0 deficit. They've done it before in these playoffs already. Yeah, Newhook and Matheson with the goals. Newhook, second of the playoffs. Matheson, second of his playoff career. So you take that there from your... And again, it's from the unlikely heroes. I mean, I would love for the other top guys to start scoring some goals, a.k.a. Caulfield, Suzuki, and Hudson. But getting goals from your lower-ranked guys in your lineup is definitely a good sign. Would McDavid fit in the Philadelphia Flyers? Decent goaltending, young, great forward, some decent defense. I don't know if the Flyers have the assets to trade for him. Maybe in the offseason, but I don't know. I really don't know. Went to Carl's Jr. for lunch today, and everyone there just was that down on Ducks gear, safe to say Quack Quack is back after 8 years. Oh, yeah. I think we knew that prior. We knew that prior to that. Quack Quack gang is back. Second goal on a commentary stream for Matheson. I agree. I don't think this is going to be a sweep. It'll probably be a pretty close series. But we'll see. We'll see if Montreal can hold on and get the win here. Ooh, Anton Silyev. Signed his ELC. Buffalo in 6, but I see Montreal 7. I picked the Habs in 7. But I think it could go either way. Definitely had to play better in game 2, and they have so far, so you take it. Buffalo in 4. Sabres-Canes will be a good series. I'll tell you that. Sabres-Canes will be a very good series. All right. Yeah, got about 13 minutes to go here till the start of period number 2. Drop your questions in the comment section down below. Kind of a bit of a chill Friday here today. Not really worried about stuff. Habs Canes would also be fun. Yeah, I think either way it'd be fun. Either way, it should be a good series. Well, just got home and I just said before clicking maybe Montreal could score this game. Yup. Yeah, 2-0 Habs. It's looking pretty good for them so far. We'll see, how it transpires. How do you guys feel about the Hart Trophy finalists? Nathan MacKinnon, Connor McDavid, Nikita Kucherov. No Macklin Celebrini. How do we feel about that? No Macklin Celebrini. Definitely some criticism is going to be met by that for sure. McDavid gets it. I would assume so. I wonder with the Avalanche finishing first place in the league that could get McKinnon in it, but I don't know. McDavid's been awesome. And the Oilers weren't that good of a team, generally speaking. Hello from Toronto, what's up? Yeah, I think Celebrini, with Celebrini, it was all dependent on San Jose making the playoffs. If San Jose made the playoffs, then I think there was a very good chance he would have actually won the Hart. Or he would have at least been a finalist. He didn't make it, though, because they didn't make the playoffs. And I think that was really the deciding factor, which really sucks, but it is the truth. Like, if San Jose was able to get in there and make it, I think he would have been a finalist for sure. But, yeah, it just shows how good of a league we have. Where we have a guy who put up numbers like that and he doesn't even make the top 3. It's nuts. Mac was so hot early on to just fizzle. Yeah, that's true. It did feel like towards the end of the year, the weight that Macklin was carrying on his shoulders with the whole team just kind of felt like it really just broke him down. And that team shouldn't have made the playoffs anyway. It probably would have been the same result if they played Colorado. So. Tying individual trophies to team performance is just, I agree. I agree, and I'm not saying that, like, it does suck that Celebrini doesn't get in there, but the making the playoffs was a factor with him, for sure. And it is a factor with a lot of awards. I was shocked when I saw Werenski got nominated because the voters are just so, like, you have to make the playoffs to win, to even get nominated. Or you have to have, like, a historic level season. The worse the team, the more impressive the individual performance. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I think I would have had him at 3 if it were up to me. But I had that feeling that he wasn't going to win because they didn't make the playoffs. So, San Jose could really use Schaefer, yeah. But they got Max, so I'm okay. So it's okay. And they got the second overall pick in this year's draft, too. If they made the playoffs this year and let's say they got swept, they wouldn't have that this year. So, do I think it's a West Coast thing since game starts later? That could be it. For me, if I got a vote, that wouldn't matter because I'm commentating all night anyway. But, yeah, that is a factor for sure. It definitely doesn't interfere with the Eastern Conference. Like obviously you see the highlights and such, and I think they saw what he was doing in the middle of the year. But towards the end of the year, the Sharks just fell off. And I mean, Michael, you can attest to that. Your Kings prevailed over them. Like, they just fizzled away. And it was because they weren't really supposed to be in that position. Like they were like last place, like last year. Like it's honestly impressive how they've been able to bounce back and get themselves back into a playoff spot. Avs are kicking ass this year, yeah. Avs versus Canes final. That seems like what it could be with the way the two teams are projecting themselves. We'll see if we get an upset amongst that, but it does seem like that's the direction we're moving in. But we'll see. San Jose was in the rear view the whole time. True. They had a lot of games in hand. That was the other thing. They had a lot of games in hand. They just couldn't win those games in hand. So there was that factor in it too. Pizza time? Nice. I'm a little bit hungry, I'm not going to lie. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button down below if you are new. We get ready for the second period coming up in just under 6 minutes. So stay tuned for that. Just doing some stuff on my end here, updating some graphics and such with the time we have. A little bit of a smaller crowd today. That's okay. Avs Canes would be fun, though. I would enjoy that. Pulled some young guns, Macklin last year, and been following charge for Ben now. They're definitely on the come up. For sure. Getting that second overall pick really bodes well. It does. Started hearing my Flyers are down 3-0. Yeah, it is what it is. I expected it. Like, I know I'm probably supposed to be upset, but I'm really not. Just like, whatever. All right, second period coming up. Montreal will start off this second period. With power play time. Yeah, no matter what the Cup final is, though, we'll be live for it. So, don't fret on that. Regardless of what the Cup final is, we will be live for it. For all 7 games. Can't believe we're like almost halfway through the playoffs. And we're almost done with season 2 of these commentaries. It's nuts. Saw my short on Mitchkov. Didn't realize it's been so bad. Yeah, just like his numbers are solid on paper. But in the playoffs, it's been a real struggle. He's just out of shape. It feels like the entire season he's been playing from behind, essentially. So he needs to fix that up. Go Habs, go. Got some Go Habs, go chants going on here. All right, what do we think for period number 2? Will the Habs hold on to their lead or will the Sabres come back? What do we think? Will the Habs hold on or will the Sabres come back? Colorado will be in the final. I can't see anyone beating them. Ducks or Vegas. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Really can't see it either. 1 goal each. All right. Sabres will get at least the goal. Yeah, I think they'll have more than 8 shots in the second. Being out of shape at such an early age is unacceptable. Yeah, but it's with those Russians, they just, yeah. Ideally, what I want this offseason is for him to go and train in North America the entire offseason. Just train, prepare, get ready for this upcoming year. Come into camp next year in shape, and then you're in a good spot. I'm not concerned, really, but if these struggles continue into next year, then I'm a little bit concerned. But we'll see. Canadiens will hold on. Is that really a thing when you said that I had to think? Yeah, the Russians, sometimes they are a bit lazy. Depends. And not just the Russians, but a lot of the time, some players just, in over their heads, and they're like, oh, I'm just going to relax all offseason and not worry about being in shape and all that. Alrighty, everyone, let's get ready for the start of period number 2 between the Buffalo Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens here from KeyBank Center. First period recap, goals were scored by Alex Newhook and Mike Matheson, making it a 2-0 lead for Montreal after 20 minutes of play. Taking a look at your stats through 20, shots are 13-8. In favor of Montreal. Faceoffs are 71% in favor of Montreal. Power plays, Habs 0 for 1. Buffalo 0 for 1 as well. Hits are 20-10 in favor of Buffalo. And block shots are tied 4-4 at the end of 20. Getting ready for period number 2. Montreal will start off with 1:50 of power play time. Try and get set up in the offensive zone. I've been very vocal on how much I don't like power plays that carry over into another period. Sometimes it's difficult for the certain team to set up and prepare. So we'll see what happens here in this second period. Will the Sabres put some shots on and hopefully crack through, or will Montreal hold on here in this second? Period number 2 is underway. Faceoff is won back then by the Sabres. Pretty good advantage for them. Here's Timmins, who will dump it off the boards and back into the Montreal zone. Lane Hudson moves it through center. Hudson to Caulfield, who drops it back then for Suzuki. Suzuki gets around the D to Demidov. Demidov, stick lifted there by Greenway. Hudson, up top Demidov. Up top Slavkovsky, pass over to Demidov. He couldn't get it there in time. Sabres trying to clear. Slavkovsky chips it off the boards and keeps it in. Slavkovsky, up top. Hudson, waits. Lane Hudson up top then for Slavkovsky. Down low then for Suzuki. Suzuki to Slavkovsky. Uri Slavkovsky. Ah, shit. Up top then for Hudson. Hudson, right side. Up top then Hudson. Back over to Boldu. Boldu to Suzuki. Suzuki to Hudson. A shot. He's blocked. Hudson, up top to Suzuki. Suzuki to Hudson at the point. Back over to Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky down low then for Suzuki, who will cycle this puck. Hudson at the point. Hudson, back to Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky to Hudson. Suzuki on the right side. Boldu waits. Down low Suzuki, 30 seconds to go. Montreal just cycling it up top. Hudson to Suzuki. Shoots it. And that one's blocked. Down low then Caulfield. Pass over is broken up. Suzuki gets it back up top. Hudson with 20 to go. Up top to Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky for Caulfield. Poke checked away by Malenstein, who loses his glove. And Montreal takes advantage. Slavkovsky. Pass down low is broken up. And the puck will slide to center, and the Sabres kill it off. Great kill by Buffalo. Puck slides in on Dobish. And he'll make the save at 18:05. Yeah, my apologies for going to start my timer again, of course. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button down below if you're new. It'd be greatly appreciated. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people to the commentary. No shots for Montreal on that sequence. Big hit there by Greenway on Demidov down low. And he was slow to get off. Face off here in the Montreal end. It's one back by the Habs. They will bank it off the boards to center. Anderson trying to get around the Buffalo defense. Power on the right side then for Buffalo. Power to Thompson. Thompson into the zone. Down low off the boards then. Power into the corner. Owen Power battling forward with Veleno. Tuck back down low then for Thompson, who's knocked down to the ground. And that'll be a penalty. Delayed penalty for Montreal. 6-on-5. Krebs to Power. Power up top. Back over then for Norris. Norris to Power. Power down low then for Dahlin. Passes missed there. He'll recover. Dahlin to Tuck. Alex Tuck, top of the circle. Up top then Krebs. Shoots it. Saved by Dobish. Dahlin, the rebound's there. And Montreal will touch at 17-17. And it will be a Sabres power play coming up here in the second period. Alex Carrier with his second penalty of the game. Hooking call on Tage Thompson. Oh, Rob Gronkowski in the stands. Face-off coming up here in the Montreal zone. A power play for Buffalo. This is a big opportunity to break the score sheet and get themselves here in this hockey game. Face-off is one back by Montreal. Gooley will dump it off the boards all the way back into the Buffalo end. Lyon gives it up then for Byram. Bowen Byram through center. He'll drop it back then for McLeod. McLeod off the boards into the zone with speed. Doan loses the puck. Montreal trying to recover. Sabres get it back. McLeod at the point. Up top then for Doan, who barely keeps it in. On the right side then Norris. Norris to McLeod. McLeod to Byram. Byram up top. Back down low McLeod to Byram. Byram to McLeod. McLeod up top. Broken stick by Quinn. Montreal will take advantage. It's a 1-on-0. It's Evans into the zone with speed. Pass to Texier. Denied by Lyon. As a good recovery there by the Sabres. Benson will get it back to center. Zach Benson into the zone. Pass over then for Norris. Norris to Thompson. Tage Thompson gets around to no. Thompson will regroup here on the right side. Top of the circle. Down low then for Tuck. Alex Tuck. Down low then Thompson. Thompson to Dahlin. Pass over. And a big save there by Dobish. Over to Thompson. He fumbled the puck. Dahlin a shot. That's blocked. Norris a chance. Denied by Dobish. Shots are 14-9 in favor of Montreal, and a good chance there by Norris on the right side. Plenty of great opportunities. Ivan Demidov, who left the ice after taking a hit while on the power play by Greenway, is back on the Montreal bench. Just so those of you know, I didn't even know he left. Face off here in the Montreal end. One back by the Habs. They will clear it all the way back into the Buffalo zone. Lyon for Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin with just under 30 seconds to go. He'll drop it back then for Norris. Josh Norris over then for Tuck. Broken up by Montreal. They will dump it down the other way. Dahlin carries it here through center. Dahlin to Thompson. Cleared off the boards, then racing forward is Tuck. He'll fight with Hudson. In the corner, Demidov, a big hit. Down low by Zucker on Dobson. But Montreal the other way. It's Evans into the zone. Pass over. They score! It's Newhook again! And the Habs take a 3-0 lead. Just seconds after the Sabres power play ended, Alex Newhook with a backdoor pass. Or off a backdoor pass, I should say. And the Habs have taken a 3-0 lead. It'll be Newhook from Evans and Dobson. It's a 2-goal game for Newhook here in this second period, and the Canadiens have a 3-0 lead here in Game 2. Face-off won back by Buffalo. Byram in the Buffalo end, up top then Greenway. Off the boards for Kozak. Kozak into the zone, broken up, trying to throw a pass in front. That one's cleared away. Carrier, back over then for Jackeye. Jackeye trying to clear it here to center. Byram to power a shot. That one is denied there by Dobish. Sabres regrouping this puck. Here's Byram to Krebs a shot. And that one goes wide. Boldu steals it back then for Montreal and just clears it into the Sabres end. Owen Power trying to move it through center. Whistle blown dead at 14:27. Not sure why. There might be a penalty here. Yeah, I think there is. Yeah, it's over. Jackeye for a slash. Another Buffalo power play coming up here in this second period. Yeah, I know. At this point, I just like I don't even interact with them. I just time them out. Shots 15-10. Face-off coming up in the Sabres end. Or sorry, Montreal end. My apologies. Don't even know what end it's in. Face-off won back by Montreal. Matheson will dump it off the boards and back into the Sabres zone. Lyon will give it back then for Rasmus Dahlin. Dahlin moves it here through center. He'll drop it back then for Norris. Norris gets around the D, broken up then by Montreal, who will dump it down into the Sabres end. Bad start here for Buffalo in the power play. Thompson gets around Newhook. Tage Thompson. Over then for Tuck. Tuck to Zucker. Jason Zucker up top then for Tuck. Tuck to Thompson. Tage Thompson. Down low then for Tuck. Tuck shoots it. Saved by Dobish. On the right side, Newhook. Cleared up top then Dahlin to Tuck. Sabres cycling. Tuck. Right circle. Down low for Thompson. Thompson to Dahlin. A shot. Saved by Dobish. Rebound's cleared away. Norris to Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin shoots it. That one goes wide there of Dobish as well. Norris to Dahlin down low, battling forward with Carrier. Cleared off the boards by Tuck. Kept in by Thompson. Zucker on the right side. Thompson waits. Try to get around Evans. Broken up by Montreal. They will dump it down the other way. Frustrating power play here for Buffalo. Here's Byram. Byram for McLeod. McLeod below the line will dump it off the boards. Up top then for Doan. Doan to the point for Quinn is forced back to center. Jack Quinn gets it back then for the Sabres. That'll do it for the power play. Rough power play for Buffalo. Byram. Right side for Doan. Down low then Byram. Bowen Byram battling forward alongside Gooley. In the corner, Quinn trying to get it free. Seems like the crowd is starting to get a bit restless here. Quinn fighting with Dobson. Benson off the board, stolen back then by Anderson, who will backhand this one all the way back into the Buffalo end. Here's Timmins fighting with Jackeye. Jackeye, cross-ice pass. Cleared behind the net then by Suzuki. Caulfield. Down low then for Slavkovsky. Hit there by Stanley. Nick Suzuki on the right side, fighting with Stanley. Montreal trying to take care of this puck. Here's Deneau. Up top then for Carrier. Broken up then by the Sabres. Green-white pass ahead for Benson. And he's offsides. Believe we'll head to commercial break for the first time in this opening period. 11:35 to go. Alex Newhook has 2. It's a 3-0 lead for Montreal. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. Be greatly appreciated. It brings more people into the wonderful commentary. Feeling pretty good here today. Don't forget, later on tonight, we are going to be live for round 2, game 3, between the Anaheim Ducks and the Vegas Golden Knights. Oh, my bad. Forgot to turn that off. All right. 3-0 lead for Montreal. Here in period number 2. See if the Sabres can come back from this one, but teams who are up 2-0 or more after the first period are 8-1 in these playoffs. Sabres were the only team actually to reverse that. All right, face-off coming up here now. It's going to be outside of the Habs end. It's won back by the Sabres. Shots 15-14 in favor of Montreal. Power off the boards to center. McLeod fighting them with Suzuki. In the corner, McLeod takes it back. Ryan McLeod to Thompson. Tage Thompson trying to get around Suzuki. He'll do so successfully. Thompson then behind the net, banked off the boards by Samuelson. Samuelson fighting alongside Anderson. Montreal off the boards. Matheson backhand to the center. Caulfield trying to get there. Power played off to McLeod. Here's Tuck into the zone. Tuck a backhand. That one goes wide. Matheson behind the net then, battling forward with Anderson. Anderson jabbing at that puck with McLeod. Here's Power. At the point then, Tuck. Tuck shot goes wide there. Dobas trying to play it away. Matheson behind the Montreal net. Off the boards then for Peyton Krebs. Krebs to Samuelson. Poke checked away. Suzuki was tripped. He could not get to that puck on the breakaway, but it'll be a penalty for the Sabres and a power play coming up for Montreal. Another Canadiens power play and a chance for Montreal to, I guess in a way, put the game away. We'll see if they can, though. It'll be on Samuelson for the tripping call there on Suzuki. And it'll result in a Montreal power play as they have the 3-0 lead. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button down below if you're new. Face-off coming up in the Sabres end. Kozak versus Newhook. They'll keep Kozak out. Greenway will come in. Face-off is won back then by the Sabres. Timmins clears this one out of play. It was deflected, so no additional penalty is made. Buffalo struggling in the faceoff dot. Montreal 62% on the faceoff dot here in this contest tonight. Kicking ass time, yep. Faceoff here now in the Sabres end. Kozak versus Suzuki. Faceoff won by the Sabres. Timmins clears it up top. Kept it by Montreal. Demidov shoots it. That one goes wide there of Lyon. On the right side, Suzuki battling forward with Byram. Slavkovsky back to Suzuki. Up top then for Hudson. Hudson, right side to Suzuki. Down low then, Caulfield. Caulfield to Suzuki. Nick Suzuki, top of the circle. Caulfield in front. Big save there. Timmins blocked it. Timmins battling forward with Caulfield. Nick Suzuki. On the right side, down low then for Caulfield. Cole Caulfield, down low to Suzuki. Up top, Slavkovsky. Pass down low, and Suzuki was right there, but he could not convert. Caulfield. Down low then for Suzuki. Suzuki shoots it, and that one goes wide there. Sabres will bank it off the boards. It's kept in slightly by Montreal. Hey, what's up, Christine? Suzuki to Caulfield. Cole Caulfield up top to Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky to Caulfield. Down low then, Suzuki. Suzuki in front, Caulfield a backhand. He fanned on that puck. Caulfield to Hudson to Demidov, and he fired it wide. Here's Caulfield at the point. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Suzuki up top then for Slavkovsky. Back over then for Suzuki at the point. Suzuki to Slavkovsky. Uri Slavkovsky up top to Suzuki. Suzuki to Hudson. Shoots it. That one goes wide. Caulfield to Suzuki. 15 seconds to go on the Montreal power play. Suzuki down low to Caulfield. Cole Caulfield. Up top then Slavkovsky. Waits. Back over to Caulfield. Caulfield to Suzuki down low. Big save by Lyon. It's in the crease. Cleared away. Power play is over. Good cycling of the puck by Montreal, but they're unable to score. Slavkovsky to Demidov. And it's broken up by the Sabres. Byram to Kozak. Intercepted, kept in the zone by Slavkovsky. Uri Slavkovsky shoots it. It goes off a Lyon and over to the right side. Hudson battling for it down low. Byram fighting here now with Demidov. Veleno up top then for Anderson. Josh Anderson here on the right side. Demidov will backhand this one up top. Montreal keeps him in. Shot on goes wide there of Lyon. Dobson to Kirby Dach. Dach up top. Matheson. Back over then for Dobson. Dobson down low for Veleno. Joe Veleno. Over then for Dobson. Dobson shoots it. And that one goes wide. Here's Boldu battling forward then with Greenway. Kozak carries it through center. He'll flip the puck out of play. We finally get a stoppage. And the Sabres can finally change at 7:21. Oh, that was a grind for Buffalo. Montreal was hemming them in, but they were unable to add to the pressure. Still a 3-0 lead for the Sabres. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button down below if you're new. We are 24 subscribers away from 6,700. Later on tonight is Game 3 of Round 2 between the Anaheim Ducks and the Vegas Golden Knights. That's coming up here later on the commentary schedule. Stay tuned tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure what our availability is going to be. I'm pretty sure I will not be live tomorrow. There is a chance I might be, but I'll let you guys know. Expect tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be our first mock draft for the 2026 NHL draft. Been prepping it the last couple of days. Ready to release it to the public. Making that video tonight after this stream is over. So looking forward to that. I'm doing good, Christine. All right, still a commercial break. All right, face-off coming up here in the neutral zone. Fastest Canadiens player to 10 career playoff assists. Lane Hudson ranks second on the list with 14 games. Just now joining us is a 3-0 lead for Montreal. Alex Newhook with 2 goals. Mike Matheson with the other. It's a 3-0 lead for Montreal here in Game 2. Montreal with 3 of their 4 wins against Tampa Bay on the road. What I said is that you have to win at least 1 on the road to win a series. Puck is cleared back into the Sabres end. My name is Evan Sebastian. Up top, Matheson. Behind the net then for Josh Anderson. Right side, Texier. Alex Texier at the point then for Montreal. He's forced to center by Power. Matheson gets it back. Less than 7 minutes to go. Tuck takes advantage of a loose puck. Pass up top. Thompson a shot. And that one goes wide there of Dobish. Down low in the corner. Cleared off the boards then. Anderson trying to force it to center. Sabres get it back. They'll dump it down low, or at least they'll try to. Anderson off the boards. Will press it to center. He'll backhand that one down low into the Sabres end. Norris on the right side. Deneau battling forward with Demidov. Ivan Demidov down low in the corner. Up top then for Dobson. Dobson shoots it. It's gloved by Lyon. Yep, that's right. Sabres meltdown. Yeah, not the greatest game in the world by the Sabres. Definitely wanted to see a better performance from them, but they're just not getting it here tonight. Face off here in the Sabres end. It's one back by Montreal. Up top, Gouli, a shot saved by Lyon. Rebounds in the crease. Sabres try and clear. And a whistle blown dead for a hand pass. At 6:05. Shots are 18-14. Sorry, 19-14. Great game here by Montreal. They're putting on the pressure. They're getting the shots on. Not only that, they've been much more sound defensively. We talked about how in Game 1 of this series, they made a lot of defensive mistakes. They're bouncing back here and being a lot more sound on the back end here in this second game of this series. Evans battling forward with Dahlin. In the corner, Zucker. Back to Dahlin, who dumps it up top. Dobson on the right side, Newhook. Alex Newhook in the corner then for Evans. Jake Evans. Up top, Dobson, a shot saved by Lyon. Here's Evans. Right side for Newhook. Up top, Dobson. Pass to Gouli, a drive, and that one goes wide there a line. I think he made the stop. Samuelson carries it ahead through center. Cross ice pass then for Thompson. It's broken up. And a penalty's coming up. Something's happening. St. Louis is pissed. Something's happening. I don't know what, though. Thank you, Sebastian. Canes will have 2 weeks off. Yeah, that would be something. Too many men call against Montreal. Sabres power play coming up. Figured there was something coming here. 5:22 left to go in the second period. It's a 3-0 lead for Montreal. And we'll see if the Sabres can answer back here in this power play. They are 0 for 3 tonight. It'll be their 4th power play of the game coming up. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah, we won't be live. We probably won't be live tomorrow. We're only going to be live for one game on Sunday. A bit of a difficult schedule for the rest of the week. I do apologize for that. But next week, my schedule's looking better. We should be live every single day next week. Hope Buffalo gets eviscerated the rest of the series. You a Bruins fan? Or just don't like Buffalo? Does seem like Montreal's playing a much better game than they did in Game 1. All right, back here in Buffalo. It is a 3-0 lead for Montreal, but the Sabres have a potential chance to get on the board here on the power play. We'll see if they can. Face-off is won back then by Buffalo. Here's Dahlin, shot. Saved by Dobish. Zucker there, and a pass is broken up. Hudson will clear it off the boards and all the way back into the Sabres' end. Lyon gives it up then for Rasmus Dahlin. Dahlin ahead then for Thompson. Up top is Tuck. Tuck to Norris. Norris on the right side. Thompson. Up top to Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin here now looking for options. Norris to Dahlin. Dahlin up top. Norris a shot. That one's blocked. Josh Norris regrouping for that puck up top. Here's Dahlin, shoots it. That one's denied. Thompson on the right side. Down low then for Alex Tuck. Alex Tuck, top of the circle. To Thompson, a shot. And that one goes all the way back into the Buffalo end. What's up, Billy? How we doing? Welcome to the stream. Here's Alex Tuck to Zucker. Jason Zucker down low in the corner then. Tied up there by Matheson. Cleared off the boards up top for Byram. Byram to Thompson. Here's Zucker on the right side then for Matheson. Matheson will steal it back then for Montreal and clear it back into the Sabres zone. 4 minutes to go in period number 2. Byram drops it back for Quinn. Quinn through center then for Doan. Doan up top to McLeod. Ryan McLeod to Byram. Bowen Byram, top of the circle then for Buffalo. Here's Quinn. Down low then for Benson. Benson to McLeod. McLeod pass in front of Benson, was right there but could not convert. Here's Doan on the right side, battling for that puck with Deneau. Down low then is Matheson, who will backhand this one all the way back to center. Penalty is over. Good kill by Montreal. I don't even think they allowed a shot. Byram. Ahead then for Quinn. Quinn will bank it down low here into the Montreal zone. Pass in front, goes up in the air. Montreal steals it back, trying to force it to center. Power will backhand it down low behind the net. Up top, shot on by Krebs, saved by Dobish. And the rebound's covered up as Benson kind of fell on the ground trying to poke check that one away. And now we got a bit of a scrum here in front of Dobish, on top of Dobish too. And Dobish was Getting into it there with Krebs. Benson looks like he's down on the ice. Oh, hopefully Benson's okay. Yeah, Zach Benson still down on the ground. Hopefully he's okay. Never wish for injuries. He does finally get up. And he immediately gets into it with Boldu, trying to get at Dobish, I think. Referee's telling him, hey, that's enough. Shots 2017. We'll see what transpires of this. Never mind, 2016. As soon as I say that, the shots change. Yeah, Benson just trying to see the replay here. Krebs fired a shot on. He was knocked off by Boldu. And then Dobish and Matheson were just punching him in the face. As everyone was battling over top of him. Yeah, Matheson was just like on top of Benson. Yeah, there'll be some penalties here. Stanley and Gooley is what I see right now. We'll see if there's more. It looks like it could be 4-on-4. For 2 minutes here, we'll see. Buffalo needs to figure out their zone entry on the power play. Yeah. Their power play just overall, I know they scored 2 in game 1. It just has not been good enough. They gotta fix that. It was like 4% heading into the series. Face-off won by Montreal. It'll be 4-on-4 for 2 minutes here. Lane Hudson takes advantage of this freed-up ice. He'll dump it around behind the net, then up top for Dobson. Dobson. Down low, grab back then by Power. Owen Power carries it through center. Power up top to McLeod. McLeod shoots it. Saved by Dobish. Noah Dobson. On the right side then Slavkovsky. Down low then for Hudson, who will clear it off the boards and back into the Buffalo end. Dahlin gets it back. 2:15 to go in the second. Dahlin back over then for Power. Power will drop it back for Thompson. Tage Thompson through center. Broken up then by Evans. Jake Evans behind the net then for Montreal. Halfway through the 4-on-4. Evans will hold it here in the Montreal end. On the right side, Carrier. Cleared off the boards then Evans. Evans back to Carrier. Through center with speed then is Matheson with some room. A minute 30 to go. Fires one through the crease of Lyon. Up top Evans. Down low shot there by Denault. Save there. Alex Tuck. Cross ice pass to Byram. 20 seconds to go on this 4-on-4. Habs will dump it down low into the Sabres end, approaching the final minute of play in the second period. Sabres take it ahead. Samuelson with speed. Cross ice pass off the boards, then back into the Montreal zone. Benson battling for it alongside Dobson. Caulfield behind the net. Back to even strength, by the way. Hudson fighting with Benson down low behind the Montreal net. Up top, Dahlin, shot save there. Here's Doan. Up top, Doan shoots it. That one's blocked as well. Down low, then another chance. In front, they score! It's Zach Benson who responds. And the Sabres are on the board. It's 3-1. 37 seconds left here in the second period. That goal could be huge for the Sabres. And Benson gets Buffalo on the board in the final minute. It's 3-1. Take a look at the replay here. Nice pass down low by, I think that was Timmins. And it all starts off of Benson, who threw that one up top. Tenacity. Sabres are on the board here in the final minute. That could be a huge goal. We'll obviously see. That looks like a massive crowd there in Buffalo. Holy crap. Puck is cleared back into the Buffalo zone. Thompson on the right side. Ahead then, Samuelson. Samuelson to Dahlin. Into the zone, Texier fires it. That one goes wide. Anderson. Over then for Quinn. Final 10 seconds to go. Timmins. Behind the net. 5 seconds left. Sabres will push it through center. They'll come back and regroup in their own zone. That'll wind down the clock for period number 2. But that could be a huge goal there for the Sabres. It's Benson from Timmins and Doan. It's a 3-1 lead for Montreal here after 40 minutes of play. We'll see what the third period has in store. Whatever. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for period number 3 momentarily. This is the countdown till the third. You were right, Angus. You were correct. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button down below if you're new. I am going to go use the bathroom really quick. I will be right back in just a moment.
is a chronic condition tied to breathing interruptions and oxygen deprivation during sleep. You're undiagnosed? Talk to your doctor about OSA. Let's keep being humans. Australia coverage to fit your business and bottom line. So Greg, how good's it feel to save on your commercial auto insurance with Geico? As good as having a great hammer. You can't touch this. Hammer time. Break it down. You just put it up. It feels good to get your savings on. It's very helpful. It feels good to Geico. Can't touch this.
Alrighty, everyone, I have returned. Sorry about that. Grab some waters, too, really quick. All right. Thank you, Christine. Yeah, it should be a crazy third period coming up. I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it for sure. All right, make some commentary clips real quick. All right. All right. Perfect. There we go. Why is Nordic not devoting his Saturday to keeping you in hockey? Yeah, man. Just got tired of it. Got tired of dealing with you guys every single night. Nah. It's all good. Got some family stuff. Vegas plays at 9:30. Yup, we'll be live for that game later on tonight. Golden Knights and Ducks. That's coming up later on tonight. Round 2, Game 3. That'll be the later game on the commentary schedule. All right, goals in that second period. It was Newhook and Benson. Newhook assisted by Evans and Dobson. Benson assisted by Timmins and Doan. Man, Josh Doan been on one hell of a playoff run. Thank you, Mr. GG. Yeah, man. In reality, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Just making some clips here to upload to the channel. Grind, don't stop. That's for sure. Yeah, so 3-1 hockey game. We'll see if the Sabres can come back and tie this game up. Would be interesting. They are the only team to come back from down multiple goals in a game this season. I think. Thank you guys for the kind words. Means a lot. Really does. Back to even strength, by the way. Behind the net. Back to even strength. Strength, by the way. Hudson. Running with Benson down low behind the Montreal net up top. Down. Hudson. Running with Benson down low behind the Montreal net up. Hudson. Running with Benson down low behind the Montreal net up top. Dalina's shot saved there. Here's Doan up top. Doan shoots it. That one's blocked as well. Down low, then another chance. In front. They score. It's Zach Benson who responds. And the Sabres are on the board. It's 3-1. All right.
the passing across and those are the types of plays I think Buffalo needs to keep looking for to really open them up, but also to make it harder to go. Yeah, that goal was huge there. That was so big because the Sabres really so quiet, getting a little momentum going to that third period. We'll see if it carries over. Because right now, Adamas is looking like Team Adamas. He's not looking for it. There's still third period. Adamas can reappear. But that's what he tell us. Defining the blue paint, defining people's faces on the ice. Catching the blue paint. How I edit people. That fence is in the back of the net, too. We got a 2-goal game.
All right, perfect. Next clip is done. Thank you, Douglas. What's my favorite ice cream flavor? Vanilla. Very traditional. I know. I don't mind some mint at times, but it has to be at the right time. Cotton candy I can eat too. That's solid as well. Depends. But yeah, generally speaking, I'm a vanilla guy. I know. Pistachios. Yeah, I see that one's liked a lot as well. Shots on goal in favor of Montreal. Yes, sir. 21-19 are the shots. So you are right about that. Cotton candy and vanilla. Good choices. Very good choices. All right. Hope Canadians will hang on. Yeah, man, we will see if they can. Got about 5 minutes to go till period number 3. Stick around, everyone. Third period is coming up. All right. Goaltending's been a stand-up to Buffalo. Yeah, I agree. Ooh, why is my TV blurry? Hey, what's up, Lenny? Welcome to the stream, Lenny. Good to see you. Late to the game tonight. Big goal right before the end of the period. Habs looking good. Yeah, definitely. What's up, BDL? Or Brian. I think your name is Brian, right? Yeah, it's Brian. What's up, Brian? So exciting. Just can't stand the waiting time. Oh, yeah. Yeah, intermissions suck, don't they? Imagine if we were just playing all the way through. Over the Habs can go all the way. Yeah, that'd be fun to see. Be fun to see Montreal go all the way for sure. All right, third period coming up in less than 4 minutes. Hit that subscribe button down below. We're 24 subs away from 6,700. We're at 62 likes as well. Pretty good. Not Italian, but like Neapolitan. Yeah, I like Neapolitan too. Neapolitan's pretty good. As a non-Italian, I think I'm Irish. I don't know. I don't know what I am. Well, I know what I am. Part of me doesn't want to see the Canada curse broken. Part of you does want to see it broken. Part of you doesn't. Why is that? Oh, Lenny, hopefully you're okay, man. Hopefully all goes well for you. Hopefully all goes well for you, Lenny. Go Habs, go. All right. Yep, no problem, Lenny. Hopefully I'm kind of distracting you or making you feel a little better with the commentary. Habs in 5. I think the Habs win 4 in a row. We'll have to see, man. Got to hold off on this one first. Well, got to win this one first is what I meant. But looks like they're currently in a pretty good position to do that. Alrighty, everyone, let's get ready for the start of period number 3 between the Montreal Canadiens and the Buffalo Sabres. Second period recap. Goals were scored by Alex Newhook and Zach Benson to make it a 3-1 lead for Montreal after 40 minutes of play. All good, Sharky. Thank you for being here. Taking a look at the stats. Through 40, shots are 21-19 in favor of the Canadiens. Faceoffs are 63% in favor of Montreal. Update the all-time stat sheet real quick. Power plays, Montreal 0 for 3, Buffalo 0 for 4. All of the power plays for both sides are pretty not good tonight. Shots 33-14 in favor of Buffalo, and block shots are 9-8 in favor of the Sabres as well. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button down below if you're new. Period number 3 between the Sabres and the Canadiens, and we are underway. Face-off is won back by Matthias Samuelsson, who will play this one off the boards and backhands it down low into the Montreal zone. Dobish, out of his net, will bank this puck all the way up top. Samuelsson Sorry. I feel a sneeze coming. Samuelsson brings it back into the Buffalo end. Ahead to center, Benson. Right side for Doan. Doan gets around Matheson. Broken up then by Montreal. Carrier off the boards and back into the Sabres end. Power will recover. Owen Power breaks it ahead then through center with speed. He'll dump it down low into the Montreal zone. Dobson off the boards then. Texier on the right side. Trying to play that loose puck. Zach Benson with a goal in the last minute. Got the Sabres on the board, making it a 3-1 hockey game. We'll see if Buffalo can score 2 more here to make a comeback, or if Montreal will hold on. Icing here against the Habs. That's a good start there for the Sabres. All right. Face-off coming up here now in the Montreal zone. Solid crowd here tonight, 150 people. I'll take it. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday night. Any good plans for the weekend? Face-off in the Montreal zone. Byram up top. Byram will dump it down low then for Dahlin. Pass over then to Krebs. In front, Zucker a shot. That one is blocked. Rebounds there. And broken up then by Montreal, who will clear this one up. And it goes out of play, actually. So, face-off, I believe, will stay in the Habs end. Hopefully Montreal pots a quick one. Yeah, man, we'll see. Face-off in the Montreal end, won by Buffalo. Zucker broken up by Evans, who will back into the center. Racing with speed is Hudson. Hudson into the zone. Backhand on, goes wide. He had plenty of room. Hudson battling forward with Evans. Krebs chips it up top. Hudson a shot, goes wide. Stanley off the boards, then Zucker across ice pass for Dahlin, and he can't get it in time. It'll slide back into the Montreal zone. Lane Hudson on the right side, then dumped into the zone by Evans. Samuelsson gets it back for Buffalo. He'll play it ahead. Here's Josh Doan. Trying to play that one ahead to center. It's broken up then by Montreal. They'll dump it into the Buffalo zone. Samuelsson. Right side then for Benson. Benson gets around the D. He'll try and backhand it down low. Play back into the Sabres end. Shots 21-20. Samuelsson will dump it down low into the Montreal zone. Battling for on the right side. Matheson alongside Benson. Doan fighting with Boldu. Matheson trying to clear it up top. Benson to the point then. Up top, Norris a shot. That one's blocked. Broken up by Montreal. They'll dump it to center. Yes, we are, Brian. We will be doing later game. In the Buffalo zone, McLeod. McLeod over then for Power, who will wait at the Sabres line. Gives up them to Tuck. Tuck a shot. Saved by Dobish. And poke checked away. Boldu fighting with McLeod. Kept in by Byram. Power a shot. Gloved by Dobish on the right side. He'll make the stop. Shots now even at 21 apiece. 2 goals from Alex Newhook. Goal from Matheson, a goal from Benson. Been a well-played game tonight by Montreal. The Sabres off to a rough start. They're starting to come back and play a little bit better, but the question is it too little too late at that point? A lot of Habs fans here in the stands. It'll be McLeod taking the draw against Evans. Face-off one back then by Montreal. Matheson will dump it ahead to center. And back into the Buffalo zone. Will not be an icing. Anderson for Power. Power then for Thompson. Thompson to Deneau. Deneau to Texier. Power battling forward on the right side. Byram gets it back. He'll play it ahead to center. Thompson with speed to Tuck. Tuck waits. fumbled the puck. Montreal steals it back. Kept by Buffalo. Byram shot on. Saved by Dobish. It's in the crease. Thompson pass up top is blocked. He'll recover though. Tage Thompson up top to Power. Power to Thompson. Thompson waits for options. He fumbles the puck, and Montreal takes advantage. It's Carrier. 2-on-1. Carrier fires it. He scores! Alex Carrier. And Montreal with an insurance goal. It's 4-1. What's up, Jersey Dolphins? Happy Friday. Thank you, Evie. Alex Carrier with an insurance goal there for Montreal. And that's just a poor turnover there by Tage Thompson. Carrier takes advantage. Unassisted. He fired it top corner and in. Oh my lord, it landed on the back padding of the net. And it is now a 4-1 hockey game. What a shot from Alex Carrier. Whistle blown dead for an icing at exactly 16 minutes against the Sabres. Oh, man. Alex Carrier, first of the playoffs. His third career live commentary goal, which is nuts that we've commentated 3 of them. And Montreal with an insurance goal. And that's exactly what the Habs could have asked for, honestly. Face off in the Sabres' end. Shot from Xhekaj goes wide. He'll keep it in the zone. Kirby Dach. Cross-ice pass broken up by Kozak. Battling for that on the right side. Kirby Dach will dump it off the boards. Up top then for Gooley. Gooley. Behind the net then for Dach. Dach battling for with Kozak. Up top. Gooley looking for options. Malenstein tried to force it to center. Cross-ice pass as the puck slides all the way back into the Montreal zone. This will be an icing again. Don't forget, we got another game coming up later on tonight. It'll be Golden Knights and Ducks, and I don't think this game's going to overlap with the other one, thankfully. So we should be live for that one on time coming up here soon. Shots 22-22. They are dead even in terms of the shooting department. Face off by Montreal. Dobson a shot. Grabbed back then by Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky up top to Hudson. Dobson fires in, and that one goes off of Lyon and down low to the corner. Montreal up top. Hudson trying to get around Greenway. Hudson up top. Suzuki. Cross-ice pass to Dobson. Noah Dobson. As Montreal is forced back to center. Nick Suzuki will regroup now in the Montreal end as we pass the 5-minute mark of period number 3. Hudson will dump it down low. Suzuki on the right side battling forward with Quinn. Down low behind the net, Connor Timmins. To center. Krebs, 3-on-2. Krebs shoots it. And that one goes out of play. I think Dobson got a deflection off there. That's good. Shots 24-22. 14:40 left to go in the third period. Montreal leads the Sabres 4-1. Face off in the Montreal end, won by Buffalo. Stanley, a shot, that one's blocked. Montreal has not lost back-to-back playoff games here in this postseason. And it looks like that record will stay the same. Carrier battling for it on the right side, then Newhook will take it ahead to center. Alex Newhook into the zone up top then for Evans. What's also interesting about it too is that Montreal has not even won 2 games in a row either. It's just been 1 win, 1 loss. 1 win, 1 loss the entire way for Montreal. Benson into the zone. Pass over. Great chance there for Norris. But Dobish broke it up. Doan in the corner. Shot on there. Goes wide. Logan Stanley up top then for Power, a drive, and that one goes wide as well of Dobish. Power fighting with Evans. Poke checked ahead then by Montreal to center. Benson will come back into the Sabres end and regroup. Power looking for options. Owen Power over then for Tuck, a shot. That one goes wide there of Dobish. Danault on the right side. Up top then. Turnover forced. Byram to Tuck, a shot. And that one goes wide. I think Dobish got a piece of it, actually. McLeod a drive. That one is actually wide. Behind the net then with it. Back over to Philip Danault. Here's Danault. Through center with speed. Danault fires one on. Saved by Lyon. Rebound was there. Cleared away. Philip Danault in the corner. 13 minutes to go in the third. Fires it down low then. Kirby Dach in front. And Boldu, a good chance, is cleared away. 3-on-3. Quinn into the zone. Jack Quinn drops it back for Dahlin up top. Quinn for McLeod. Pass back down low. Broken up by Montreal. Veleno will play it to center. Byram gets it back for the Sabres. Ryan McLeod. Down low then for Byram. Byram to Dahlin. Dahlin a backhand pass. Montreal will force it back to center. Samuelson. Off the boards then. Krebs battling for it. Krebs. Up top. Dahlin. Trying to dump it down low. Stolen back by Montreal. Yeah, a lot of turnovers. I agree. A lot of turnovers for the Sabres. Here's Samuelson. Behind the Sabres net. Samuelson off the boards then. Rasmus Dahlin will carry this one ahead through center. He'll backhand it down low into the Montreal zone. Battling forward with Hudson on the right side. Samuelson gets it free. Down low then for Krebs. Peyton Krebs to Samuelson, a shot. And that one is blocked. Thompson. Back to Samuelson. Shots 25-23 in favor of Montreal. Cross-ice pass then for Thompson. He'll backhand that one down low behind the net. Hudson clears it off the boards. Suzuki to Slavkovsky. Uri Slavkovsky gives it up then for Hudson. Lane Hudson then back to Evans. Evans to Newhook. Newhook tries to get around the D. Stanley battling for it. Trying to backhand that one off the boards. Demidov will dump it away. Benson battling for on the right side then with Dobson. Grab back down low by Stanley. Up top, Dobson will take it down the right side. Pass in front through the crease. Up top then Matheson. Matheson in the corner for Timmins. On the right side, Newhook gets it back. In front! And a big save there by Lyon on Jake Evans. And Buffalo will flip it to center. Benson racing for this one down low in the Montreal end. Josh Doan on the right side up top then for Power. Newhook will force it to center. Here's Doan. Right side then for Benson. Holy crap, the Phillies tied it. They were down 6-0. Here's Byram for Tuck. Alex Tuck shot on there. Big save by Dobish. 10:15 to go in the third period. We are just a little bit under halfway through. It is a 4-1 lead for Montreal. Justin Crawford, first career home run. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button down below. Like the stream as well. Don't forget, we got Ducks and Golden Knights coming up here at the end of this commentary. We could have some time in between the two of them, so that's pretty convenient. All right. Do a little goaltender check. Dobish having a pretty much better night than last night. 23 saves on 24 shots, 958 save percentage. Alex Lyon, 22 saves on 26 shots, 846. Not as good of a night for Lyon. Still 22 saves though. I guess he'll take that. But yeah, I mean he's been hemmed a bit in his own zone. And I'll agree, like it does feel like it's a little bit of a reverse game from the previous one. Whereas you had Montreal making a lot of mistakes and poor defensive plays. In this one, it seems like it's the other way around. The Sabres just look very disorganized. There's definitely some frustration there for sure. It happens. Again, I'm not surprised. I had a feeling Montreal was going to bounce back. So, all right, face off in the Montreal zone. Gooley. Played ahead then. Puck slides into the Sabres zone. Anderson on the right side. Josh Anderson up top. Will backhand it down low to the corner. Deneau then for Texier. Texier. Back over then to McLeod. McLeod for Power. Byram will play it ahead to center. Here's Quinn. Dekes it into the zone. Backdoor pass. Over then for McLeod, who regroups down low in the corner. Ryan McLeod up top for Power. Power shoots it. That one goes wide there of Dobish. I wonder if they'll try and pull Lyon if they get the chance. Up top, Power. Power will regroup it back up top then for Quinn. Poke checked away. Kept in though by Buffalo. Alex Tuck on the right side. Carrier cleared back to center. Sabres regroup with it in their own zone. It's Samuelson. Shots 26-25. About 9 minutes to go in the third. Thompson shoots it. It goes up in the air. And out of play at 8:56. And we will step aside yet again. It's a 4-1 lead for Montreal here in the third period. Shots 4-1. It's a 4-1 lead for Montreal. Shots are 26-25. Yeah, this game's over. I agree. This game is over. Alex Carrier. First goal in the playoffs. And that's the real insurance marker, too. If Carrier doesn't get that, who knows where this game goes. He kind of took the crowd out of it. It was a good response. It's his third career playoff goal. Trying to see his numbers here. He did have a goal against Washington in the first round of that series, so. You don't think it's over yet? Maybe. I mean, you never know. Just got himself all tangled up. Yeah, that's what happened. All right. Another reminder. Ducks and Knights coming up later on here on the channel. Round 2, Game 3. Should be a fun one. Canadians going to enjoy some good old-fashioned buff meat tonight. All right, face-off in the Anaheim zone. Puck drop for Canadians and Sabres. Puck drop for Knights and Ducks is at 9:50. So we should be able to get done this game on time. Here's Dahlina's shot. That one's blocked. Montreal will dump it Into the Buffalo zone. That is an icing at 8:46. Caden Gooley looks like he just went down the tunnel for Montreal. I'll provide updates when I get them, but hopefully Gooley is okay. That's a guy who's dealt with injury problems before. Hoping for a shutout for Dobish, but will he make some good saves? Yeah. Face-off in the Montreal end. One back by Matheson, who will dump it all the way back to center. Rasmus Dahlin. Ahead then for Zucker. Jason Zucker will dump it down low into the Montreal end. Matheson. Off the boards then, Dahlin through his legs. Shoots it. And that one goes off of a skater in front and wide. Dahlin up top. Zucker is shot. That one's blocked as well. Puck is played back to the point. Kept in, though, by Buffalo. Dobish. Off the board. Suzuki battling for it. Nick Suzuki fighting for it down low here in the corner. Montreal steals it back. It's Slavkovsky with Caulfield. Slavkovsky waits. Pass down low. Broken up there as it slides wide. Puck up top then for Hudson. Lane Hudson fires it. Big save there by Lyon. Oh my God, I'm way behind. What the hell? Okay, no, that was just an error on their part. Little under 8 minutes to go. Here in the third. Shots 27-25. Lions made 23 saves tonight. Montreal's done a good job at pressuring. Dobish with 24. Face-off one back then by Buffalo. Power. On the right side then, Zach Benson will carry it through center. Benson gets through the D. Broken up. Sabres keep it in though. Power. Right side, Norris' shot. Saved by Dobish. They jab at that puck. And Montreal clears it away. Byram in the Sabres end. Bowen Byram will regroup with that puck. Down low then, Power. Cleared off the boards. And backhanded down low into the Montreal zone. Dobson battling forward with Doan. Broken up then by Montreal. Try to take it to center. Byram gets it back. Byram up top. Waits. Pass to Benson. And Byram comes back and regroups. Byram at the point. Skates it to the outside. Norris in front. He fumbles the puck. He fell on his back, actually. And cleared back to center. Bolduc will backhand it down low then for Montreal. And a penalty coming up against the Sabres. I didn't see the exact play. I think it's Byram for elbowing. Is what I just heard. Yeah, looks like a power play for Montreal. Shots 27-26. 4-1 Canadiens. Well, there you go. Yeah, power play coming up for the Habs. It's their fourth of the game, I believe. Yeah, fourth of the game. We will see what they can get done on this one. Face off here in the Buffalo end. Sabres will bank it off the boards and back into the Montreal end. Lane Hudson in the Habs zone. I did not, J-Dub, but there's some context to that. I left with like 3 minutes left. Because the friend I was with, I wanted to make sure he got to the 11:30 bus instead of the 12:30 bus. Shot from Demidov is blocked. So I did leave a little bit early, but not as early as everybody else. I guess Samuelson poke check stays in the zone. Slavkovsky. Battling for on the right side with Samuelson. I didn't leave because of the team. I left because of him. Caulfield a shot off the post. And cleared away by the Sabres, who will dump it down the other way. Approaching the halfway mark of the power play. Yeah, I didn't leave because the team was losing. I left because I wanted to make sure he got to the earlier bus, and that way he wasn't getting home at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I think he actually did get home at 4 o'clock anyway. But Malenstein fired it into the zone. Here's Greenway. Up top to Power. Power for Stanley. Played back to center. Here's Power now in the Buffalo zone. Ahead to Malenstein. Malenstein knocked down there by Matheson, battling for it on the right side. Montreal steals it back. Evans off the boards then to center. 5:20 to go in the third period. Time is winding down. Habs are still in the power play, by the way. Puck is cleared off the boards and back into the Montreal end. Matheson behind the net. Mike Matheson over then for Gooley. He'll dump it down low into the Sabres end. Kozak. Yeah, I wasn't one of the ones who left with like 10 minutes left. Benson tried to throw a wraparound there on. He was tied up. Power play is over. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it, man. Welcome from Australia. Nice. Yeah, Buffalo just having trouble. I agree, Brian. You're totally right. Puck goes out of play at 4:33. And that'll probably be the final time we step aside. Yep. 4.5 minutes to go. Don't forget, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we will get ready for Ducks and Golden Knights. That is the later game on our schedule. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button down below if you're new. We are about 17 subs away from 6,700. Would love to hit that tonight. Yeah, looks like Montreal is likely going to tie up this series. Game 3 is on Sunday at 7 o'clock. And again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Means the world to me. It's been a fun playoff run. We've had a lot of fun in these playoffs. And we're only like halfway. A little bit under that. Phillies are tied 7-7 at the bottom of the ninth. That's crazy. Best friend was in the World Series game when Kirk Gibson had the walk-off homer in the ninth. Nice. Wow. Made him leave early? Wow. That's terrible. I would be so upset. All right, 4.5 minutes to go here in the third period. Montreal looking to hang on. See if Buffalo pulls line. It looks like they're going to try. Face-off coming up here at center. It's one back by the Habs. Try to bank that one off the boards. Anderson will clear it down low into the Sabres end. Byram gets it back then on the right side. Anderson down low behind the net for Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin down low behind the Sabres net then. There goes Lyon. Into the zone. Byram broken up then by Montreal. Thompson takes it back. Benson will give it back. Then puck pops right back into the empty net. Suzuki with the empty net goal from Anderson. Turnover there. It's 5-1. And yeah, this game is most definitely over after that. Most definitely over after that. Nick Suzuki, third goal of the postseason. Off an empty netter at 4:01. This game's wraps. We'll just wind down the clock, folks. Thank you all for tuning into this fun commentary. They're probably done pulling the goalie. Puck will slide back into the Montreal zone. They'll dump it into the Sabres end now. Line out of his net to play it. It's Stanley. Logan Stanley behind the net. Over then for Bolduc. Broken up then by the Sabres. Alex Tuck moves it ahead through center. Here's McLeod. Up top then Stanley. Stanley dumps it around behind the net then for Timmins. Connor Timmins for Krebs. Grabbed back then by Kirby Dach, who will just flip this puck in the air and back into the Sabres end. About 3 minutes to go in the third. So this series will be tied up 1-1 heading back to Montreal Sunday night for Game 3. What's crazy is that the other series between Carolina and Philadelphia may be over when we get to that point. Mallenstein. Up top then for Power. Power a shot. That one goes wide there. Mallenstein fighting with Hudson. Penalty coming up. It's against Montreal, and Anderson throwing some clocks in the face of Greenway. And that might be something. Definitely penalties coming up here. I think a power play for the Sabres. We'll see if there's anything more. But Anderson was just going at it with the glove at Greenway. Oh, my goodness. All right, power play coming up for the Sabres. Fired correctly. Yes, sir, Sebastian. Nice to talk to you, too. Yeah, Buffalo power play with 2:42 to go. We'll see what happens. It's a 5-1 lead for Montreal. This game's done. Don't forget, at the conclusion of this game, we'll go live for Anaheim and Vegas. I will end this stream and start a new one, so stay tuned for that. 10-minute misconduct for Anderson, I believe. 10-minute power play. Yeah, Sabres call a timeout. They'll try and pull Lyon, I assume, and pull off a miracle. Not common, though, that stuff happens. All right, Sabres power play. They called a timeout. We'll see what happens here now. Thank you all for tuning in. We're 14 subs away from 6,700. Here's Quinn. At the point back down low. Empty net for the Sabres. Quinn. Over then for Doan. They're down by 4. They might as well try something. Here's Doan, a shot. That one goes wide. Byram up top to Quinn. Cross ice pass for Benson. Zach Benson. Down low then for Doan. Doan looks for options. Up top, Benson. Save there by Dobish. New hook. And a backhand pass all the way down into the Buffalo end. Benson. Drops it back then for Byram. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the series looks like heading back to Montreal. The Habs are 1-2 at home. The Sabres are 3-0 on the road in the postseason. Here's Doan. Up top to Byram. Byram to McLeod. Ryan McLeod. Down low then for Krebs. Krebs pass in front, cleared away. Krebs will get it back. McLeod to Byram. Byram. Cross ice to McLeod. McLeod. Over to Krebs. Krebs down low, whistle blown dead. And something's happening here. So I'm pushing and shoving there in front, I guess, results in a another penalty or something's happening. Yeah, I think 4-on-4. Yeah, so that will pull Lyon probably back in the goal. Doesn't really matter, though. Game will likely end 4-on-4. Yeah, some boos here from the Sabres crowd after that power play was assessed, or the penalty was assessed. Jakub Dobish, hell of a game tonight. 25 saves on 26 shots. Hell of a night from him. Good little bounce back for sure. And again, it seems like that's been the narrative here. It's like bouncing back and forth for Montreal this postseason. Hopefully they'll be able to pick up 2 straight wins in Game 3. But we shall see. Face off, won by Montreal. It's 4-on-4 as approach final minute of play in regulation. Power. Ahead then the Greenway. Cross ice pass to Dahlin. Dahlin to Greenway. Jordan Greenway on the right side. Trying to play that one down low then for Byram. Approaching the final minute of play in regulation. Joe Veleno brings it back in the Montreal end. Veleno for Xhekaj. Xhekaj gains the line. He'll dump it down low into the Buffalo end. Montreal power play now for a brief moment of time. Not like it really matters, though. This game is over. 35 seconds left. Montreal will tie the series here at 1 apiece as the final 30 seconds wind down. It'll be a 5-1 win for the Habs. And they tie up the series. All right. As the final seconds wind down, that'll do it for me. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Fun commentary tonight. Series is tied. We'll see you guys soon. Next game of this series will be live for us, probably Game 4, where we won't be live for Game 3. Stay tuned. I will end this stream and start a new one and get ready for Ducks and Golden Knights. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button down below if you're new. I will see you guys in the next stream.